Okay, we're going to be watching Alkanide, who is going to be playing D.Va on Junkertown on PC. This is Diamond 5. This is going to be a short game. Based on the names, I would guess this is EU. Tell me how I was the reason we lost. I am looking for a quick bullet point list on why I was the reason we lost the game. As is often the case on this subreddit, the poster is always at fault and literally always single-handedly throws the game. Maybe this holds true for me as well, but I'm not convinced. I think my teammates on DPA sucked. They're the reason we lost. Just try and spectate the Genji on my team, the attacking red team. He can't land a single proper shuriken. 0 kills by him. No kills. I played D.Va against their Winston, a favorable matchup, and I did my job well enough. I did what I could. Outside of not being able to kill the whole enemy team, I did not feel like I was the reason why we lost. Obviously, I was tilted on defense. Chasing the Widow on the other side of the map was an oopsie. This gave Winston the space to jump. I would, however, expect a normal team not to die to a Winston jumping in alone. The match is short. We never even kept first point. So, this is fun. 1 second. Let me confirm. Yeah, good. Yeah, so some other people gave some reactions to this already, basically saying it's not to say that it's your fault. It's not to say typically it means it's not necessarily that like you're the only person who made any mistakes. In fact, it's basically never that. It's meaning that there's things that the game is usually close enough that you could have changed your play to turn it from a loss to a win. That's usually what ends up happening. And, everybody makes mistakes, but we can't control other people's play, so we tell people, hey, focus on your own play. What could you do to have turned this into a win? And lots of people are like, there's nothing I could have done, but that's almost never true, right? I've done like 450 reviews now. 95% of the time, the player who's in the game could have changed it to a win. Like, overwhelming majority of the time, they could have changed it, played it, turned it into a win if they were just, often just a little bit better. And I was approaching this particular replay when I took a look at it was, okay, maybe I'll just give you some advice. It's a short game, so I saw you didn't cap first point. The funny thing is, it actually is your fault that you lost this game. And you're not going to... I see from your perspective why you think you didn't cause your team to lose, but I'm going to make it very, very clear why you lost the game. And I think it's actually very educational because I'm going to pick up on something here that I think the other posters and most people are not going to. The primary reason you're not winning or you throw the game is because you create zero space. Like, no space. Because the Winston is jumping in and you're going after the Winston and then you force the Winston to leave. And you think, I did my job. But that's not actually creating space, right? Because when the Winston goes in, he creates some space. He lands on people, he puts the bubble down, he zaps them. Whether or not he gets a kill or whatever, at least the enemy team are focusing him. But the thing is, when you go after their Winston, you're not creating any space. You're just peeling, somewhat slowly, for your team. And then the enemy team gets to continue to dive on your team and cause pressure. And we're going to see in basically every single one of these fights, the exact same pattern is going to happen, which is their Winston dives on your team and does something, has impact on your team, and then you go after the Winston gets out, and then your team is dead because they had a Winston jump on them and the enemy team attacked them, and you didn't really do very much. And your team is going to die around you while you have 2/3 to full health, and you're like, wow, what the heck? Why is my team always dead? It's because you're not doing anything as tank. Looking at this game, if you played Winston, assuming you played Winston that comparable to your D.Va, you would easily have steamrolled this game because their team lineup is super vulnerable to Winston except for the Bastion, and you can definitely play Winston against Bastion because the Bastion is not particularly dangerous in this game. So, let's watch that lens, okay? We're going to come out here, do a quick sound check. I think I'm good. Yeah, we're good. So, Winston goes... Right? He dives in, correct call, yep, you fly him right away, this is good, your aim's a little off, but it's okay, this little diamond's fine, right? He goes up here, so let's think for a second. Winston goes up, what's he gonna do next? Well, Winston has a 6-second cooldown on jump, which means right now he's probably around 4 seconds, right? Less than that, even 2 seconds. He has 2 seconds left on jump. So I don't want to fly up and run away, I want to wait from the jump. Okay, he gets slept. So it's good, you're holding, right? I think you're holding here to see what the Winston does, which I think is good, right? This part all feels good to me. You're going to fly to him. I don't know if I agree with this. I think you're trying to burst him down. It's really, really hard to burst him down in that situation, because when you come up, the boosters of your flight, which does like 25 damage, is going to wake him up. So if you could boost in there, if you could walk up to him without boosting, I think it's okay to go for the insta-kill, but without that, being able to fly up to high ground, there's a very, very low chance that you're going to kill him. I would have just waited, right, and just started walking this way, DM the Bastion if I need to, and then wait for the Winston to jump, because the Winston can't get very far from here, right? Winston could only get probably around this distance away, somewhere in this line, from where he is right now. So if I walk all the way over here, wherever he goes, I can go and kill him right away. So just as a note, on the grand scheme of things, this is actually not that big a mistake. I'm just noting right now that that's what I would have done because I wouldn't have expected to insta-kill him here. I would have killed him when he jumps out because this is 100% a mistake by him. But whatever, it's fine. Actually, I would back up here. If you are better than the players in your level, you will recognize when they make mistakes. Like myself, as a GM tank, I saw this and I'm like, this Winston has made a massive mistake. As soon as I saw him jump up top, right here, this Winston's going to die. I know that in the next 10 seconds, this Winston's going to die in some way. Like, it just felt exactly how he's going to die, but like, for him to jump here, use bubble at high ground in the middle of my whole team, he's going to die here, as long as I play this correctly. So I think all you had to do here was, again, walk out this way, wait for him to jump out wherever he's going to go, and then commit on him after that. All right, but this is fine, no problem. All right, DM, you walk out, you're good, everything's fine. Yeah, you poke a little bit, nothing super exciting, moving the cart, that's okay. Like, no, so everything's good right now. Winston goes, all right, what's your choice? Okay, you want to try to peel? Well, let's note for a second. What did the Winston get out of this? He gets to kill your Widow. Right? Zap, bam. I think he does the combo correctly. I think he charges right click. Oh, this is a cool gun. Right, charge, right click, lands. I think she might have even taken some extra poke damage, but regardless, it's enough damage that he just instantly kills her. So when you come up here, what value do you gain? Not a lot here, right? I mean, maybe you're gonna get a kill here. Oh, you get a kill here. Actually, that's okay. Yeah. And Winston makes a mistake diving up here, but the Winston got a kill on the way in. You're gonna kill him. This is fine. Actually, this ends up being a pretty good trade. So fine, we're good. We're good here, right? Widow, Mercy Res is here. We're good. Everything is good here, right? We have a big advantage right now. We should be aggressive as soon as you get health. So obviously, you need a second to get health. It's fine. You're low. You're DM. That's fine. I would not be walking this way. I'd be walking this way with DM to try to see if I can hunt down the Genji or the Moira right now. I think playing on card here is kind of unnecessary, but whatever. Kiriko's here. Go after Kiriko. Aim is okay, not stellar, right? Not high diamond, I would say, but good enough. All right, we're fine. You force Moira fade. Okay, you know the Moira is super low right now. You should fade and kill. So at this moment in time, I would be boosting. Yep, go with the Moira. Yep, okay, she goes back. Okay, great. Yeah, excellent. This is all good, right? So far, first life good. Genji goes, gets a kill. That's fine, right? I would boost up right now, right? You should have supports here. Yeah, I would boost up right now with 2 supports alive. I boost up to see if I can get a kill, but he's not even low, but you didn't know that. All right, you go over here, it's fine. Genji's not even low, I wouldn't even bother, right? I would just DM right now because I don't want to take damage. Because right here, you don't have LOS or your healers, so you don't want to, like, commit around this corner. I do not want to use missiles here on bubble. That's, like, not a good usage, just wait. Like, there's nothing, this bubble is not gonna, it's gonna expire from time anyway, so my damage on it's irrelevant. I don't care about this bubble. I just don't want to take damage right now. Yep, work the Winston, right? If you work the Winston down, he can't dive easily. Yep, he's going inside, that's fine. So you're like, hey, look, what's he going to do? He's get the Mega. Okay, good. Everything here is still good, right? Everything here, if you played like this well all game, I think you'd be fine. But it's mostly the enemy Winston that's made mistakes so far. All right, Winston goes in. You're going to go try to peel. Winston goes after your Widow. You go out, you injure him. By the way, you could have killed this Winston right now, so watch. So you're going to activate your missiles early, and you're going to bump him out. See? This bump by your boosters, if you cancel it early, it would not be an issue, or if you just follow them through. But you're going to activate missiles, and a lot of your missiles are going to hit the shield right now, and only now do they start hitting him, which is interesting because he gets super low here, raising on 100 health. If you've just been a little better with mechanics, the Winston dies before the Suzu gets in. But regardless, we're going to see that Genji's going to kill your Mercy right now. So why does this happen? So let's zoom out here a second. Okay, let's replay this. So Winston's going to see your Widow. You're not doing a whole lot on card. You're definitely not creating space, right here. You could have been playing like up here, for example. I think there's not really a reason not to, but that's fine. Winston goes. You decide, okay, I'm going to try to trade for the Winston. Let's go. It's fine. You bump him again. Better mechanics. I think you could have killed the Winston here, but we're still okay. But look at the Mercy. Let's go back and watch the Mercy now. Mercy is here. You go in. Mercy's playing here. She's definitely drifting out of position. And she's like, oh, shoot. And then she flies over, and she gets focused down, and she gets killed. Now, could the Mercy have lived here? She definitely could have lived here. This is 100% a mistake by her. But this is what happens when space gets created, because you see the Winston is tying up 3 heroes right now, right? The Widow can't do anything, the Ana can't do anything, you can't do anything, because all 3 of you are focused on the Winston. Arguably, the Winston's tying up 4 people because the Mercy is also like here trying to assist this fight instead of trying to stay safe in the back line. It is definitely a mistake on the Mercy. I'm not questioning this. This is 100% a mistake by the Mercy to try to have flown over here to help to begin with. But that's an example of what happens when tanks create space, is that it pressures the opposing team, which creates opportunities for their team to get kills. The thing is, you're not doing the same thing, right? Like, the Winston wins this trade by a long shot, even though from your perspective, I think you probably think this is fine. You're probably like, okay, whatever. Like, the Winston went in, I countered the Winston. Right? You're like, I countered the Winston, I kind of burn him down, I force Suzu, I force him to jump out, I force Bubble. We're good here. But you're not good here because you lost your Mercy. Now, you might say, okay, like, how do I play around my teammates being bad? Well, your teammates are always like gonna make mistakes. You're gonna make mistakes too. In fact, you're gonna make quite a few in this game. But the note here is sometimes instead of trying to react to what the opposing team does, if you can be proactive and engage in the enemy team, maybe that can create opportunities in itself. So, for example, if you're playing Winston here and you dive into the Genji, the Moira, the Kiriko, right? Use cover or bubble to get away from the Bastion, then that can create options, right? Or aggressively going after the Winston early, which is what you're kind of doing earlier, where you're trying to burn him down to prevent him from attacking anybody. That's also an option, right? You have other options here other than simply wherever the Winston goes, I go later. Reacting to what the opposing tank does often does not work, right? And this is, I actually have a video on this where I talk about how I like playing Winston against Doomfist, because I have a lot of trouble with Doomfist, like especially like GM level Doomfists who are super, super good and never die, even against like Anas and Sombras, etc. So I actually prefer playing Winston, not because it counters the Doomfist, but because at least I get to control the tempo. Because the Doomfist goes in me. If I play, Orisa or play Roadhog or whatever, I try to kill him. Yeah, I can hook him, I can do a lot of damage, but like sometimes I kill him, but often I don't, and he still creates a lot of space. Or I kill him and we still lose because of how he creates so much space. But if I play Winston, I can ignore the Doomfist completely and attack his team, and then we can trade out, and whoever's better at creating more space wins the game. So if you're having trouble in this situation, think about, instead of playing against the Winston straight up, think about potentially attacking the opposing team. But now, the Mercy dying is the Mercy's mistake, right? / your mistake for not creating as much space as the Winston, but like not a big mistake. Again, I think your Mercy should not be dead right now. You continuing to fight here is a mistake. There's no way you're winning this fight right now. It's like very clear to me. It's 5-on-4. You have two people who are split up around the corner, and the bubble still blocking your Widow. There's no way to win this fight. I would have been like, oh shoot, Mercy died, and I would just walk this way and regroup my team to fight as 5. Because if I do that, we can fight another fight in like 15 seconds. But if I try to push right now, I'm going to burn a ton of time off the clock. So again, let's look at the timer right now. 2:34. At this moment in time, I'm like, I would have seen Mercy is dead. I want to regroup. Mercy will be back and respawn in 10 seconds. If I go pick her up, she'll be out here in 15 seconds and we can go again. Let's see what happens from here. All right, nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. Like, you can probably tell there's no way you're going to win this fight. Right now you're down 2. There's no way you can win this fight. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. You've lost another. Nothing's happening. None of the things you're doing right now are helping you win the game. In fact, these things are all costing you your ability to win the game because you're wasting time. You get low, and then you're going to pop bomb. This is horrendous, because now you've used ultimate, and you've burned another 20 seconds off the clock, and you got to wait for your mech to come back, and they should have really killed you through that. It would have not been particularly difficult. I think this Winston can easily zap. Yeah, he could easily just keep zapping you, zap, 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 right, and then jump back into the bubble. Or jump this way. Like, he has a lot of options here. He could just straight up kill you. But it's honestly not that big a deal because, like, it doesn't gain you that much more time relative to just respawning. You should have just died or regrouped your team and gotten them all out from the very beginning. All the things that have happened since, like, 2:35 or whatever it was, these are all your mistakes. Right? 2:32, I think the Mercy dies? 2:34. So that was the Mercy's mistake. Everything after this is all your mistakes. These are 100% your mistake. There's nobody else that you can like blame for this, for not retreating on time, blowing your ultimate, and then wasting a ton of time here, and then getting demeched. Oh man, I didn't even know this happened. Oh, this is super bad. Again, Mercy died at 2:34. If you'd regrouped, you could have fought again at 2 minutes and 20 seconds. It's now 2:06, and you don't even have mech. So we're still waiting, still waiting, still waiting. Still waiting, still waiting, still waiting, still waiting, still waiting, still waiting, waiting, right? Now somebody else gets picked because there's no tank to create any space or peel, and you got mech back at 148, but you have a teammate who's dead, so now you gotta keep waiting. Again, I would have taken another fight 45 seconds ago, which gives you another chance to take the point, right? You've effectively only had one fight on this point. Like, this is really rough. Right? Or rather, one loss so far. But because you're so bad at staggering and regrouping, like, you're just not giving yourself a chance to take another fight. So you go in right now, but as a FYI, why are you going in right now? So you have mech. This is a 4 and 5 situation. Okay, Res goes off, but Genji is dead, so just chill. Just chill for a second. Just stabilize back here. They're not going to spawn camp you back here. Like, you don't have to worry, like, oh, I know people get frustrated, like, oh, someone dies, another person dies. It's okay. Just chill. Eventually you'll stabilize. If you don't stabilize, you're not going to win anyway. So just chill back here, right? Go after anybody who does something stupid, like trying to dive the back line like this Moira, and then, wait until you got 5, and then push as 5, right? Moira fades, but reminder, still 4 and 5, because you're missing a person. Winston's here, you zap him. This is okay, yeah, that's fine, whatever you want to do. But Bastion ulti has gone off, so you should be watchful of this. I want to just chill and be like, okay, who can possibly die here from Bastion ulti? Not Mercy. Mercy's Valking. Ashe could potentially die. I'm down a player still. I might as well just fly over here, chill for a second. I know Mercy's Valking, but we're not going to get anything done with Valk. Like, there's no way you look at this and be like, Mercy Valk plus me, we're going to kill 5 people. That's not going to happen. Just fly over here, just chill, and get ready to save your Ashe in case ulti comes down on your Ashe. But, like, you're not doing anything right now. So, Mercy dies, partially because you're playing aggressively. Right? See, Mercy's trying to stay out here, but if you just stay back here, the Mercy's not going to try to pistol them and like walk in front of her team. So you're like inadvertently baiting your Mercy here. So now you're dead another person. Right? And now you go back. Okay, now you're trying to regroup. You almost lose mech again. Winston nearly did mech. The Winston's way better than you, right? Like the timing, other than the mistakes he made at the first point, like he's doing a good job zapping. He's doing a good job attacking pressure. He knows when to push you, right? He nearly demechs you. If his team was just a little bit better, he would have demeched you there. Like the Winston is clearly better than you are. Right? And I can already feel like this pause right here. Like, I don't know if you're typing, I don't know if you're checking the scoreboard, but like I can feel the tilt from you at this moment in time. But this is a completely winnable game. You're just not making any of the right decisions that give your team a chance to fight and win. So Ana's dead right now. Okay, is this your fault? Well, let's see. As a reminder, Kiriko was attacking you. You can hear this right now. You can still hear this right now. You can still hear this right now. Should the Kiriko gotten a kill here? Probably not. But, like, you could have done something about this. The Bastion's not a threat to your team. The Moira's not a threat to your team. You could have been like, oh, shoot, I hear Kiriko. You could have flown over here and gone and dealt with her. Right? Like, you can hear the kunais right now. And you could have flown over here and forced her out early. You could have DM'd your Ana. I mean, I think it's an unlikely scenario, but you're not helpless. You should have DM'd this damage orb for sure. Yeah, there you go. So your Ana's dead. The Res goes off. Blade's being popped. So at this moment in time, I would just be like, okay, let's fly back over because I just want to try to kill the Genji, right? If I don't kill the Genji, this fight's over anyway. There's no way that you can kill either of these two heroes, right? Moira is too evasive when she has Fade up, and the Bastion's way too tanky when the Moira is there. So don't look at these two and think, I can kill either one of these two. Impossible to kill. I don't care if you're the best D.Va in the world, you're not killing either one of these heroes right now. Instead, fly back over here, take this 4-on-3 fight that's happening in your back line, instead of trying to fight these two over here where you have no chance at killing them. Right? Like, think about it. The moment Blade's popped, right now, okay? You hear Blade. What am I doing right now that helps me win the fight? Nothing. I'm not doing anything right now. Like, all you're doing is poking this Bastion. Right? Like, I mean, I guess you're zoning this one Bastion, but the Genji Blade is extremely dangerous. The Genji Blade can wipe your whole team. Right? He very nearly kills your whole team. This is good sleep at your team, though. Like, this that you're doing is not nearly as good value as going after the Genji at the moment when he blades. Now, to be fair, if the fight was happening here, I think this is reasonable. If the fight's happening out here, okay, it is what it is, because the Bastion's going to be a threat to your whole team, the Moira's a threat to your whole team, etc. But if Genji's blading your backline like this, you can just go after him right now. Like, he dashed in, you heard the dash, you could just flown right in and killed him. You know? Like, that's, like, look how low he gets. Just literally bumping him would have killed him right now. Bumping a melee would have killed him. So, like, you got options here versus this fight out here, which is not accomplishing anything. But we're down. You kill the Bastion, which is great. Okay, so Bastion dies. I think the Bastion dies mostly because the supports literally just ignore him. Yeah, like the Bastion should not have died here. This is completely unnecessary for the Bastion to die. Like the Kiriko could have saved him, the Moira could have saved him with Coalescence, but fine. All right, you got a kill on the Bastion. Is that your only kill so far? I think that's your only kill so far. You might have killed the Winston one of the times. So you have to get out again. You have to really DM right. Nope. Like, you can't lose mech here, or you have to die right away. This is another massive... Like, you literally staggered your team for, like, well over a minute. And in a 4-minute push, that is disastrous. Okay, you come out again. You are DMing unnecessarily. Like, you don't need to DM there. Not taking enough damage. Genji Blade happens. What happens with Genji Blade? You follow the Genji Blade in, and you DM if people are attacking him, right? Then when he starts engaging, then you can take DM off. I wouldn't necessarily be going for the Winston right now. I want to be following my Genji in because he's blading, right? Like this, you just do 50 damage here, and she dies, right? And then he gets a reset. Oh man, you're like not helping your team at all. Like if the Winston dives your backline, like so be it. Like it is what it is. Just let it go. You know? You're way too focused on trying to help the Winston or trying to deal with the Winston versus trying to help your team like Blade. Is this a great Blade? It's not a great Blade. But I mean, you know, like if my instinct is my teammates are ulting to help them, you'll win a lot more games helping your teammates like with ultimates than you will not helping your teammates with ultimates. Like that should be the number one priority. Blade's a big ultimate here. Like your Genji gets no help in this situation. Like you can say, oh, like the Genji is bad, but the reason why the Genji gets no help here is because the Genji thinks, okay, now's a good time to go. He's over the whole team. His team is like sort of reasonably set up here, right? Ash is LOS, Zen is LOS, you're ready to assist. This is not that unreasonable of a situation. Also, your Ana does have nano, but she's in spawn, so your Genji probably did not realize that he was not going to get nano in this situation. But people make mistakes, just like you. Okay? But if you just follow him in here, right? DM everything, you go right in here, you help burn them down, right? DM as necessary, right? DM right here so the Bastion doesn't kill him, he gets another swing in. Potentially gets a reset out of this. Like there's options here. Yeah, I mean, you kill the Winston here, still potentially winnable from here, right? Definitely 21 seconds, tank is dead, definitely winnable. You need to not be taking so much damage. 500, 570. Yeah, he's shredding you right now. Like right now, you should be DMing because the Moore is healing him anyway. But see, now you spook your Ana and then she pops nano. The thing is, this Bastion's dead no matter what. Like, you can literally just DM and walk with him, and he's gonna die here. Because how can he get away? He has no movement abilities, you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna follow him out, and eventually he's gonna die here. And killing him later is actually better than killing him earlier. But because you get so low, your Ana gets very, very scared, and she's gonna waste the nano on you because she sees how low you are. Right? You're also pushing when you didn't have your Ana in LOS. But, alright, fine. You kill the Bastion, right? Get the Moira out. With better aim, you would have killed her already. I don't know that I agree with this. So, Moira fades. Look, where did the Moira go? Right? So, she pops fade. I know you can't see her, but you think, hey, which direction is she possibly going to go in this situation? So, the key thing here is thinking, if you were the Moira, where would you go? I would say there are, generally speaking, 4 possible options she can go. This way, underneath, this way into Mega, this way towards the mini, or behind you towards the Kiriko. Okay? The thing is, you can scout 3 of these just by staring forwards, right? If you see/hear her coming out of fade here, then you know she's in the Mega room, you fly over here, you kill her. If she flies over here, okay, whatever, I'm not gonna be able to kill her, she's gonna get away from this situation, right? She flies over here, yeah, I can chase her, probably force another fade out in the future. If she goes here, I'm not gonna kill her, but at least like her and the Kiriko together, I can apply pressure together, right? But there is a missed opportunity here to watch like where the Moira come out, because she comes out way too early, because she doesn't actually jump, I think. Oh, she does jump, but she jumps way too early. So she doesn't get nearly as far as she should. If she faded further and then jumped, she would have gone all the way into the doorway. But you could have killed her right now as she comes out of there. But you're gonna go for the Kiriko. Again, the problem here is that the Kiriko, there's no way you can kill the Kiriko. I think you're trying to force Swift Step here, but you don't actually. Right? I feel like you thought she Swift Step, but she didn't. You should have kept fighting her. You're nanoed at point blank. You had to force Swift Step here. You're definitely not going to kill Moira that far away. So now there's no Swift Step on the Kiriko. Yep. I mean, try to burn them best you can. It's really hard to do this. This was a good example where Winston would be huge right now. Winston would confirm both of these kills by this moment in time. This is a terrible bomb. This bomb's not going to do anything. Right? And I think you're feeling, okay, look, I'm trapped in this room, I'm in trouble. You're not really in trouble. You're not in that much danger. I mean, you're in danger if you stay, but you have plenty of health here to fly out. Right? You're like, okay. Right? At this moment, you're like, okay, 350, 277, 240. Like, I'm clearly not going to kill any of these heroes. Just DM and walk back out to your supports. Right? If you're being body blocked, okay, DM. Oh, wait, I'm being body blocked. Just fly through the Winston and rejoin with your team. And then you're good. Your Ana heals you, Zen heals you, you're back, you're good. And then it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on 3 situation. Why are you throwing bomb here? And then trying to walk forwards and try to kill the 2 supports at point blank. And then dying. and then now you're just throwing any chance of winning. Right? Now they have tank, your team doesn't. Winston comes in. You see how much damage he's doing? It's nuts! Now he's just gonna wreck your team. Like, how come their Winston can do that, but you can't get anywhere close to comparable value in D.Va? That's the reason why you're losing this game. You just can't get as much value as Winston is. Is it possible for D.Va to win against Winston? Absolutely, but you're not making the right decisions in any facet, right? The staggering, the mechanics, right? The accuracy, the decision making, right? The unsuccessful dives. It's just rough. Anyway, you're coming out here, right? We're now in defense. Just poking. I mean, this is fine. The Winston's coming out for some whatever reason. Okay, so one note here is you're not creating any space at this moment in time. Like, their whole team has control of high ground. Every single kunai is a potential headshot, which could be dangerous, can kill somebody. So you want to minimize the number of kunais that Kiriko is going to do on your team. So for example, if no one's pressuring you, just sit here. Right? Just sit here and duel them. You know, you have your whole team, you have plenty of healing here, and then force them to attack you versus attacking your team. You sitting down here isn't doing anything. And again, every single attack they make is dangerous because they can get kills here. Like, eventually that's how they win, is they get picks, right? They get damage. But if you're standing in their face, that can't happen. And yeah, then they start focusing you. Okay, then you DM, then you walk away, and then you reset and do it again. Like, this is like the basic gameplay loop of D.Va. Alright, so what does the Winston get done? Winston dives in, pow, lands, right? Kills the Zen. 3 people here are looking at this Winston. 4 people. Actually, I think the Baptiste is looking too. Yeah, 4 people are looking at this Winston right now, and he gets the kill. You are very, very late getting over here. Winston's like, oh, okay, cool. He dies. He didn't need to die here. You could just drop. I don't know why he didn't. But Winston killed 1 and forced 5 people, literally your whole team, right? 4 plus you, your whole team to focus him down. Your Widow's getting picks, but it doesn't matter, right? Because now you're down, and you have long spawn, they have short spawn, which means that they're at an advantage, and this fight's basically lost already, right? You can try to turn this around, but like, generally speaking, you're not going to be able to do this, because the Winston's going to come back soon, and you're in trouble. Cassidy gets another pick. Okay, great. Your DPS are getting picks, right? Getting stuff down. You should fly over there and help. Okay, fine. All right, Widow gets another pick, or Baptiste gets another pick. So yeah, your team's doing good so far. I mean, your team definitely bailed you out of the situation because you're not really doing anything. So think here. Think. What do I need to do? The Winston's going to sit up here, and he's going to dive onto my team again. Last time, my team got wiped when I did that. I luckily, right, was able, even though we lost one, we were able to recover from that. How do I prevent him from doing that? Option 1, you set up early, prevent him from staging, do a lot of damage to him. Option 2, you play over with your team, and then he doesn't want to dive you if you're standing here, right? I guarantee if you're standing here, he's not going to dive you. You're just going to blow up right away when he jumps into your face. So that's what you have, those 2 options. Sitting here passively does nothing, right? See, Winston's just waiting. Winston's just patient. He's waiting for his 5th player. See, like, the Winston could dive right now, but he is not. Even though he's at full health, he's waiting to make sure the Widow is out. Now he's like, okay, Widow's out here, now he goes. This is like the basic tanking 101 that you're failing at. Winston's gonna go in, you're gonna go for the Widow. What's Winston gonna accomplish? Once again, goes on the Zen. Zap, 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 right? Zen dies. To the monkey? No, he dies to the Zen, to the Kiriko. Why? Because the Zen is low, right? Can't get any healing because he's in bubble, and Kiriko's just spamming here, and she gets the kill. That's what happens. That is space creation. What are you doing? You're diving a Widow crazy far in the back line. This is nuts. There's no world where this Widow can die. Right? If she dies here, she's going to die here. Oh my god. See? This is what I mean. It's like the enemy team is also bad. There's no reason for this Widow to die in this situation. This is like nuts. Like, the supports are literally not paying attention at all. Right? Like, this is such an easy save for the Kiriko in this situation. Like, she's already killed the Zen. She just turns here, like Swiss step, heal, and then 2 of them just demac you. This is, like, so bad. Anyway. Widow's dead. But again, you've already lost 2 right now. You're going for the Mora. Alright, Mora fades, you're going to try to kill her, but with the Kiriko alive, there's, like, no way that you can get this kill. Yeah, see? There's no way, right? Healing Ward plus Kiriko healing, like, you're not going to out damage this. Just no chance. Oh, man, you should just died. But I guess this is the one and only fight you have because you didn't push it very far, so I guess you had to pop bomb there. Okay, so, in conclusion, you lose because the enemy team creates space and does their job, and you don't. right? I think anyone looking at this game, forget what the DPS are doing and the supports are doing, the enemy tank is objectively better than you are and has way more impact than you are, despite you playing a quote-unquote counter to Winston. You know? Like, you just don't make any of the right decisions that allow your team to win the game. But most notably, the staggering is what really kills you, because you have 4 minutes to push the point. Okay? You have 4 minutes to push the point. 4 minutes. Generally speaking, a fight happens every 30 seconds. You only need to win 2 fights typically to win this point, right? Most points only need to take 2, right? First fight happens somewhere over here, second fight happens somewhere over here, and then you cap. Maybe they trickle in, but like generally speaking, they don't have like a serious contest after that. So you have 2 fights with 4 minutes, 2 wins to get in 4 minutes. 30 seconds of fight means you have 8 chances to get 2 wins. Do you know how many actual fights you had? I think you had 2 or 3, because you stagger so much. And then you don't help your team avoid staggering, and then everything goes haywire. And then thus you don't have an actual 5-on-5 fight. It's such a basic tank thing, but you need to regroup with your team and fight as 5. It's like so easy and yet very difficult because people get impatient, or you think you can convert a 4-on-5 in an unfavorable situation. So yeah, I mean, that's like the number one overwhelming thing. Some other people I think mentioned micro missiles. I honestly don't think that I would like really highlight that. I mean, yes, mechanically you could have gotten the kill sometimes, but like that's not the biggest thing that's holding you back. That is something that'll hold you back from getting to like masters or like high diamond. But right now we're like, hey, how do I get to diamond 4? It's like the decision making and the positioning that's killing you. Just not being in the right place at the right time, understanding where you need to go as D.Va. All right, I'm gonna stop there. Hopefully it's helpful.